sent Xing out earlier to create an anchor point for the rest of the team, and he just got lasered.
Yeah, instantly taken out. Carrillo's still alive in this match. He's holding that shack, but it's only going to be for a matter of time here. He's pretty much done and dusted. You can see Vampire keeping a great eye on him. So now starting to close, out into the smokes. This is just a free elimination for everybody, and I'll tell you what, Alpha Gaming will definitely take this one.
He's going to get his 1 point.
Little pre-fire there. Carrillo shimming and shaking, trying to at least get another knock, put at least one more point on the board for his squad. Alpha Gaming, the biggest threat to Alpha 7, though, at this point.
Yeah, I am surprised no one's taken too many more shots at him. Vampire, though, they've been having a great game. They're having a great game. 7 elims right now. They are holding it down. This team is not bad. They've had a great position circle for quite a while, but APG send in 2 now, trying to leapfrog D+'s position. They left the player behind as a backstop. Try and find some cheeky angles on the outside, but one player falling as they approach. Doesn't feel great.
Nice couple nades into that gas station there. Reefus trying to find another angle here. That might be good. Oh, does a little bit of damage. The Molotovs, though, from Doc, paying off big time. I know Max Man's happy about that one. Let's see, Reefus. Can he get the finish, though? Oh, my gosh, what a nade from Vampire!
Yo,
that came out of nowhere. Reefus is like, oh, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Lazarus does get taken down by Thunder Talk, though. That's a chance. That's an opening for him.
Yes.
But they need to send somewhere, right? They got to send somewhere at some point.
Got to pull the trigger. You got to make the move. I mean, look at this, Carrillo. Snake in the grass. Oh, getting shot now. In some serious trouble. Just trying to see if he can steal another elimination, but Kara ends Alpha 7 there. And now Alpha Gaming looking to pass them up and take that first place position.
They can do it. They can easily do it on this game. Getting past 128 is not that hard right now. And it's almost as if Alpha 7 wants to keep the legend true, right? They just cannot win PMGC, no matter how good they are in the first 2 days. Their third day is just shocking.
Alpha 7 trying to get that belt. If they win this one, they will have won almost every big major event, minus PUBG. But they got to still get it done here, and Alpha Gaming are looking to take it away from them by playing their own game, right? Just playing aggressive, playing together as a squad, and making it happen here.
Maybe Thunder Talk don't need to send anywhere. You also have the loot crate towards the center, which could create an operation zone for the team. You're carried down towards that south side, need to move up. They've got to get past DRX. Are we going to get a back-to-back Thunder Talk game here?
That is insane. I mean, with that zone right there, it's looking pretty good. Because all these teams on the edge are going to have to fight each other at this point. You can just see Vampire holding it off in a full urban finish with so much open real estate. Meanwhile, Prestige trying to throw some nades in there. I think Thunder Talk are just going to be able to clear everybody out.
I think the most scary thing for a lot of these squads, though, is the fact that we're getting a lot of teams close to the match point, which is 125, which isn't a huge ask for a lot of teams, right? Vampire, 9 elims, looking to hold out these final players.
Uh-oh.
R8 with the P90.
Tony K making it happen there with that shotgun. The crowd's going wild. Hops out the window. Has the angles and gets the finish. That's 11 eliminations for Vampire.
You might have had the P90, but Vampire is dishing out lefties and righties here at the PMGC.
Oh.
Shots are going through. Fabian trying to find the player, but it's a nasty shot from up on high, and that forces Vampire even further up in eliminations.
That keeps Alpha Gaming alive too. They were almost done and dusted there, but now Vampire on the push. Nice little return knocks from both parties there. Meanwhile, Vampire looking to get their chicken dinner here in their hometown, Bangkok, Thailand. Let's see what they can do here as Doc, all by his lonesome, gets shot there from Kara, and that's Alpha Gaming out.
Yeah, you don't expect that angle. You absolutely do not expect that angle. Hyunbin waiting on the inside with a big stick of dynamite to throw at Marceau when he chooses to leave. Thunder Talk did lose one player on a knock, but that was res back up again. Next circle is going to be the big one, right?
Dude, Thunder Talk. Look at their position here.
It's so good. I think that the really big thing from right now is there's a lot of angles looking their way. And a lot of angles that don't really see each other on that side of the map. So I think for Thunder Talk, as much as they want to get more points out of this game, they've got to be a little bit patient here.
I agree. Take your time. Don't rush into things. Don't just try to over-peak that hill, get knocked, and open the door for teams to push up on you. If you just take your time, this should be an easy chicken dinner. Got to watch out for Vampire, though. Vampire on fire here. They've got nothing to lose at this point. And you can see Kara trying to push out in here. Hyunbin all by himself for DRX. What can he do?
It's a big tag of damage off over towards the CEO. Will swing back around this side, but Kara is having none of it. And CEO, who had such an impact over in their league stage, is able to put the final shot in towards him. Like I said, I think Thunder Talk might want to stop peeking for now and wait for this next circle to close a little bit. I think, honestly, Kara as well as Vampire are likely going to start taking shots at one another once this circle fully pushes them out. Thunder Talk don't need to take these shots right now. They need to wait for these high ground angles to disappear.
Let the zone do the work for you. Let that be your fourth man. Poser getting shot up, but to survive a little bit longer. AJ peeked it, and that opened the door for Vampire. In the vehicles they go. Oh, that shot,
They're
though.
sending it.
Yep,
they are sending it.
Tony K getting stiffed arm. Now King's down. One player up for Thunder Talk. Oh, he did do it again, the res. But now Vampire on the push. Up close and personal. The nades about to ring out. Thunder Talk are in huge trouble. Here comes Kara. And now back up against the wall. The zone. They do end up getting the knock. Sighting.
Where is Kara?
And now, oh, Thunder Talk down. Kara just waiting in the back line.
Kara's just not pushing. There is a backline angle, though. AJ will find one on the backside there. Now just leaves Red Bull. AJ solo on HP, and a random tag will take him down. It's a 4 versus 1.
Kara being so patient here, making sure they get this victory. Nice shot there from Red Bull. And just lets the Blue Zone take them out. Vampire putting up some serious points, but it's Kara who get the win.
I think the main thing, that game was very, very fun, but I got to put it into perspective really quick, is that because we are having so many teams close towards the top side of the lobby, 125 points, there's a big chance we get over towards Miramar. Points really don't matter because so many of our big teams will be over 125.
That's right.
And you get a smash win in the last game, still a smash win. If you are third place, you still get first at the end of it.
That's right. That's right. Can you imagine being in third place, getting the chicken dinner, and you're an automatic champion? We could see it right here in the first Miramar. Unbelievable.
But a massive game for Vampire regardless, which now basically puts everyone on equal footing, I suppose, towards the end of it. But another nice game from Thunder Talk 2, but it was Kara to find the last laugh.
And with that, we say goodbye to Erangel right here at the 2025 PMGC. Just 2 maps remain, and guess what? This is the talk of the town because we've seen some of the bottom tier teams starting to make their way up. But Regnum Carrier have entered the chat. 7.
Regnum Carrier finally waking up, getting some eliminations under their belt, getting some points. It only took them 4 matches to start getting some points. But I want to talk about something that you were actually mentioning earlier, Barney, and that is just pretty much the leaderboard flipping upside down in regards to teams that are going to be performing. This final 2 squads, Vampire and Kara, they came into this match in 15 and 16th place, and boy were they taking a lot of points for those squads looking to get into the match zone.
Hey, I'm very happy about how it went, right? But APG are in the Smash Show!
Yeah!
It made it happen! They join Alpha 7, they're up there, they can try and claim the trophy right here, possibly. So I got really hyper there, but like, it is such a big, big point here that was secured by Alpha Gaming. Can they go the entire way going into Miramar? We'll have to wait and see, but though, looking at Kara, really big step up. Marso, very low damage actually in terms of those 6 eliminations. I like the play actually from Kara where they had this split across this game-winning compound and also the lighthouse southwest of the circle. They get pushed on by ThunderTalk, like, this is not worth it. Let's push back, take the compound, and that gets them easily in the late game as a full squad.
We talk about the lower tier teams taking chances and getting aggressive because they got nothing to lose. But in that instance, Kara actually showed a really, really strong sense of patience. They actually waited it out until the zone really shifted them out. And they managed to catch a few of the Vampire Esports boys as they tried to make that late hit, right?
Yeah, you could see Vampire Esports was really debating making that push towards ThunderTalk. They got that first knock on ThunderTalk, and they got really close to the vehicles, and they knew that as soon as they started pushing out, it was just a clear line of sight from Kara to be able to knock them. Guess what? They push out with the one player, that one gets knocked, and then they follow it up. And then Kara honestly reacted so perfect to that, Max, because that squad, as soon as they saw those players got away from Vampire, they closed the gap, and they were there to make sure they were ready for the third party.
I do think it was poorly executed by Vampire, and Kara saw that mistake, and they just capitalized on that opportunity to get the win. So very happy about it. And the reason why, I know you're looking at me a bit weird there, Seven, is like in terms of the mistake. Tony K sent it to ThunderTalk, which I think was the right play, but he went on such a straight line, which was very close to Kara, and they got that knock so easily. If you go wide to the northern western side, you're a little bit safer from those long to mid-range shots. Maybe you survive as a full team, claim the high ground, maybe win it. It's a small detail, but again, it's up to Kara that they like, what is that play?
Yep.
Get the knock on Tony K, third party it, make sure you secure that chicken dinner.
And with how many fights, too, we saw Vampire Esports win in that compound, I was really hoping we would see a little bit more utility from that squad. Maybe set it up even better, set some smokes. Yesterday, we were seeing players and teams set up smokes as a decoy to distract them a little bit. I think they could have done that with Kara, but to be fair, honestly, 15 eliminations for Vampire Esports, they're going to be happy.
Spicy from them. Speaking of utility, a team that maybe are taking quite a lot of chances, but also setting themselves up effectively, but a little bit unusually. ThunderTalk managing to get over towards that lighthouse and setting up Jing on the outskirts in the water on that rock. It was really impressive, really intuitive, I think, from them as well to set up like that. But also, like I said, speaking of utility, managed to get them to save that utility, right, Max, for late game.
Exactly. You always want to try and hold on to your utility as late in the game as possible. Looking at the rotation path, you can see that lighthouse push you just mentioned here, Barney. And actually, they scare away Kara. I wouldn't say they scared away Kara, actually. I'm going to take that back. It's just Kara playing it very smart to, again, get into the late game safely as a full team. And using that ridge, ThunderTalk, knowing the terrain, like, well, that's the only high ground position. We're going to leverage that to our advantage as much as humanly possible in that game. And they get very fine that match off the back of that. So ThunderTalk, day 3, waking up. They got a win on a wrangle here. They get another good podium finish. China is back, it seems.
I mean, they got a big crowd currently cheering them on. Hopefully they can continue it because, I mean, that smash zone, it's set. It's not going to be moving. They just have to make sure they reach it. They have 2 more games to reach it. Hopefully, I mean, they're going to have to reach it this next game if they even want to try to get a chance to do it. One team, though, that was able to clutch up some points right there in the match ranking was none other than DRX. I'm really looking forward to see how much DRX ended up moving up in the leaderboard, and it came down to your boy, Max.
Well, yeah, but you didn't win it, right?
Hey, it's still points.
It will take every point we can get for DRX. But yeah, it was a bit of a Hail Mary send in the center position, and very similar to what we saw from Alter Ego in day 2. On those rotations, they lose players, and when you just don't have the full squad to control a central compound, like on a beach position, like in this match, well, unfortunately, things aren't going to quite go your way. They're going on the second page, Alter Ego. Another 1 point. I would like to see Alva back on the point on this team. I said it many times, and right now it seems like the synergy's just not quite there.
Yeah, and even going back on that one, on that second page, Alpha 7. Once again, just being able to clutch up 1 point. We saw them lose players very early on. 2 players once again. They didn't want to play edge at all, which I'm really surprised because this team historically is able to play that edge. But in this one, they try to go a little bit too far, a little bit too much there. But the overall, it's right here, and we have 2 teams in that smash zone.
Yeah, as it stands, Alpha 7 and Alpha Gaming both sitting up there, first and second place. Ulf again putting up numbers to manage to secure that spot in third. DRX, it seems like the storyline with them is consistency. I mean, every time, just putting points on the board, nothing flashy, just keep chunking away, like Blank likes to say.
Yeah, he's just chunking away
Chunking
right now,
away.
going at it. And actually, DRX, very funnily so, are a 4th place team in the power ranking. So it's very fitting at PMGC. They're currently standing in 4th position. But it's a tie. Alpha 7 and APG, 128 points each, but 7, the disparity of placement points despite getting 2 wins, 58 placement points, almost double from APG, is a ludicrous disparity between these two squads.
It really is, and you can see APG with those MVPs currently putting up those performances. When it comes down to eliminations, that squad is just 2 points away, 2 eliminations away from getting 100 elims. I'm going to be looking, honestly, at some of the other squads, Max, because we got to start posing the question for DRX, for the rest of those squads, is you kind of have to go for broke here in this Miramar match if you want to make it to the Smash Zone. You got to put the faith into your own hands if you want to make it and get a chance to win on that final match.
What is that? 11 points needed for Ulf, 13 points needed for DRX, which is doable in a Miramar, but as we say, there's only X amount of points in the game you can really get, so can the two teams make it together? Is only one going to make it? Well, all the points going to keep, well, as you said, Barney, keep going at the bottom teams as they continue their ascent at the top. It could be happening. The Red Bull for Vampire, those shots with his AR were mental. The fact he was so accurate was really interesting to see.
One thing I've got to think about as well, when it comes down to these top 2 teams, Alpha 7 and Alpha Gaming, we've got to think about the mentality of these 2 teams going into this. Alpha 7 and APG, both 2 teams who are extremely experienced here on the main stage. They have that mentality, but out of those 2 teams, which of the ones buckles under the pressure a little bit more in those day 3 circumstances? If you're just looking at us now, my name's Barney. We got 7, we got Max here as well. Hello, everyone. I'm saying APG are looking more dangerous right now. That's what I'm saying.
They definitely are. The crazy thing is that these 2 teams can also choke. We saw PMWC, APG. I got to refresh the memory. We saw APG choking when it came down to the final day of PMWC. I don't think that's the case right now. If they have to pick one, I would say it seems like Alpha 7 is choking.
But they have Zyol. He's won PMGC before. He knows what they have to do if they want to try and win at the end. I think that they're going to be looking good at APG, and Alpha 7 looking a bit shaky here on day 3.
When APG have nothing to lose, they can go for broke, and you know that they can put out outrageous numbers on the board. When they are in a situation like this and placement matters and they start panicking, Doc starts overextending, it starts to get a little bit dicey. So you have all these different players with almost different mentalities. Zyol having been here before, top 6, super experienced, but gets nervous under the pressure. So it really just comes down, I think, to a confidence level in each other and to just play your own game. APG, go for it. Get a 30-point game and get a chicken dinner right now.
The thing is that they can probably do it. They have that fragging power. I think that's going to be the big deciding factor in this next one. If Alpha 7, for some reason, I think now at this point, it is a bit of a relief that they have another team being in the Smash Zone because they're not the only ones that are going to be targeted. For APG, how are you going to be reacting? Are you going to be going with your usual setup? Remember, even throwing it back all the way to Gauntlet, that team was not wanting to back up from any hot drops. They were sticking to their guns. And honestly, if I expect the team to be in first place after this match, it's looking like APG will do that.
I would have to agree. I mean, APG, what I would love to see is for them to avoid any early to mid-game confrontation. Keep all of your resources, keep all your players alive going into the late game. Just like, for example, you guys who watched PMFL America's Finals, Wolves playing so passive in the early stage and actually keeping all of their resources into the late stage, get a very low elimination win. But when you're in the Smash Zone, a win is a win, regardless of how many eliminations you really get. So I want APG to just, if you have a fight that they would typically take, just avoid it, make it into the late stage.
Something we got to keep into consideration right now. I'm kind of looking at what Revo and Gizao is currently doing. There you go. You can kind of see them on the side of Max. Yeah.
Right there.
It's good vibes. They're currently not getting into their head. They're currently just trying to get the perfect that was up back to back too. Back to back that ups. But stuff like that, it goes to show in the past, we've seen Revo just completely shut down, completely just not be present in that moment. And right now, Alpha 7 is not showing us that, and I'm happy to see that. And when you look on the opposite side, when you look at the APG players, they're focused, they're locked in. I mean, we saw them yesterday with their coach late at night on the lobby of the hotel, just going through plays, going through everything, making sure they got everything ready here for the final day.
But the intricacies do matter, but at the end of the day, it's these teams now that are in 3rd all the way down to 6th who are trying to get into that Smash Zone. Maybe they don't want to overextend too much and then put themselves under any additional pressure that's not needed. However, they have to get these crucial points if they're going to catch up. So it's like, do you decide to crash down on Alpha 7 and APG, or do you kind of let the people who are lower on the leaderboard do that? These are the small micro decisions you got to make, though, right?
But I would recommend actually do not hot drop one of the 2 teams in the Smash Zone. The reason why I'm saying that, you might get one, you also hinder your chances of making the Smash Zone itself, but you can't hot drop 2 teams at once. You need to hope another team would do that for yourself, and you give them an opportunity to create a big lead and maybe get themselves the smash right here at PMGC. So hot chops, I wouldn't recommend it. It would be super cool to see.
That's what I was saying. I mean, APG, absolutely zero smiles. I don't think I've ever seen Doc actually smile before in his life.
Yes.
Maybe if they end up winning, he will end up smiling. But for this squad, just locked in. There you go. Now you got Alpha 7 as well, locked in as well. For everybody currently watching at home, let us know in the comments, after this match, who do you think is going to end up in first place? Because I'm most intrigued to see which other teams might end up joining Alpha 7 and Alpha Gaming for that Smash Zone. Ulf is so close. 11 points max. I honestly think that's doable. And for DRX, just 13 points away, I think that's doable as well. We could have, going into the last match, 4 teams in this Smash Zone.
I mean, we saw DRX, they wanted to hot drop in Komeshki Alpha 7 on a wrangle. They know where they drop. It's El Pozo. There could be a bit of action in that city this time around. And if it does go down, DRX again, 13 points. As you said here, 7. Maybe we'll get 3 teams in the Smash Zone after this match.
Quickly pick a team that you think you've got to have your eyes on at this point right now. I go with TT. I think keep your eyes on TT. What about you guys?
DRX.
APG, come on!
Okay, I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to go into our penultimate map of the day to close out this tournament. We're going into our first Miramar, and it's going to get spicy. Jukes and Blank, take it away.
Let's get things started here as we head into the sandy deserts of Miramar. There were some people that thought we weren't even going to get here, but we are here now, and we got 2 squads in the Smash Zone, Blake.
El Pozo down towards Puerto Paraíso, and you are correct. 2 teams at the top of the lobby. First and second place battling out. Could it really be called first, second place? It's sort of first place tied right now, with the chicken dinner advantage going through to Alpha 7 after a phenomenal performance yesterday. For A7, Miramar is one of their battlegrounds, right? And I think the question was, like, did moving Obscure as well as Guizhou in kind of ruin the roster's ability to perform very well on Miramar? I don't think so. I think they're absolutely fine. I think Revo are great here, and between the two of them, they've got so much knowledge, so much experience to lead the team, similarly how they did in the past, that I do think that getting over towards Miramar is a frightening prospect for other teams in the lobby, Jukes.
I absolutely think so, too. I mean, not to mention you got Alpha 7 who get their Pulso drop right off the rip here. So they're going to be looted out of their minds, set up and locked and loaded, ready to go here. So, I mean, no excuses, I think, when it comes to Alpha 7 at this point. You're gifted, you're playing path, you got a southern circle right here. You got to be able to take this championship, right, for your own, right here and now. And we heard the Des talking about it, right? They said that when it comes to a team that's looking like they're having a little bit of a choking moment, it's Alpha 7. I mean, Alpha Gaming are playing their game, and they are making it happen. At the same time, there's still so many squads that can reach into that Smash Zone as well.
Interesting. I mean, Ida out, Damar in. I feel like Ida's a very good player on the team. Off-angle player as well. Getting Damar in feels like a weird choice. It's not that I don't like Damar. I think that Ida is just the better player in this instance.
I don't disagree. You know, it's so difficult at this kind of stage because the frustrations ring out big time. All it takes is one bad push, or in the worst case scenario, you have one of those situations where the IGL is like, we should either go left or right, and you have one player who disagrees. And if that doesn't work out, it creates an
You're off the tee.
Yeah, it causes so much tension among the squads where they're like, you know what, just get out of here, you know?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. You know, frustrations in league stage are relatively quiet. But in the finals, they get loud. PMGC code redemption there on your screen. PUBG United here for the first time in 2025. I'm going to redeem that code in-game to pick up your rewards.
Get him.
Get him.
Get him.
Gotta be done.
Tell that to Carrillo as well. See what he's going to be able to do here. On the move. Out early. I love this. Now, this feels a little bit more Alpha 70. I think they're in Miramar. I think they're a little bit more relaxed now, considering that they're so comfortable on this map. They shouldn't be relaxed at all when it comes to the leaderboards. That's a fact. But they looted up also super fast, and they're on the move.
Well, I think you get to match 5, right? You can't really be thinking too much about the Smash Zone anymore. Right? You have APG alongside with you here. You just got to play it out, right? Try and get as many points as possible. If that leads to a win, that leads to a win. Because a lot of games that do end up with 11 elims, 12 elims, those are games where you've taken it into your own hands and you pick up the chicken dinner because you cleared out that space. And I think that's one thing that Alpha 7 used to do so well in the past, over 2 days at least, where they cleared out massive amounts of area. And because they were so confident in their ability to fight with the gun skill on side, it didn't really matter at that point because they were just commanding so much zone.
Just dominating the lobby. I mean, that's what they did. They could just bully pretty much any position. And, you know, I want to see that again here from this squad here towards the end. Just see them play their own game. You know, and it makes total sense looking at their early play here in the last day. The only thing that makes sense to me is that they were just playing for the smash roll. You know, just playing it very quiet, trying to get those points. I completely agree with you, though. It's time to just put some points on the board. And that is Doc done and dusted. Off the rip, first player out.
Not the dockening.
No!
Please.
Here comes the rest of the team. No.
Not the dockening.
He's a little too separated for that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a split there. But, I mean, funnily enough, right, the only reason that happens is because Rosemary's doing the same thing.
That's true.
Rosemary
That's
was
true.
so far away from the rest of his team. It's literally the 2 worst nightmares of the squad is that Doc and Rosemary clashing. Because no matter what happens in that 1v1, whoever dies is not getting back up again.
That's a fact.
You know, the team is not there to assist. So, you know, Doc may have inadvertently created his worst nightmare, inspiring Rosemary to play like this.
This is the second to last game, you know, and going out that fast.
Yeah,
while just
it
trying to
denies
loot.
you the chicken dinner.
Oh,
right?
man, it is brutal and demoralizing for the whole squad as well.
Because you need a lot of these fights, you sort of need that 4th man to sacrifice towards the end game at times just to get to those great spots. All right, if you don't have that 4th guy, that means you have to play real slow from now on because you have no pieces on the chessboard to put aside, right?
Sure.
You have no pieces on the chessboard to bait with anymore. So
it hamstrung their whole game here.
Yeah.
And then we only have 1 match left, and we know how crazy that last game is going to be.
well, D+ is winning that game.
Yeah, that's right. That's automatic victory for D+. So, I mean, if D+ win this game somehow at 20 points, then that'd be crazy to watch. But, yeah, according to history, it should be pretty much automatic victory. If they do that, it's honestly the best. Like that'd be just, it's so crazy. They would have won every last game in 2 years of PMGC.
Well, for D+, certainly possible. But I think what's weird to me right now is that DXavier on 103 points. That's a 25-point game. That's 15 elims and chicken dinner. We see that quite frequently from these teams. That would tie them up with APG and Alpha 7. They need less than that if they want to just get towards match point with 22 points, so 12 elim game. And that's 6th place.
It's totally doable. You know, it's just when DXavier right now, I'm a little hesitant to have that confidence in them because I just see them kind of playing more for that center position. And I think that they can get it, but it's got to be having to get blessed for them in order to do so. Another team that's right there next to them, I definitely feel a little bit more confidence in. It's probably Thunder Talk.
Yeah.
You know, Thunder Talk, we saw them, you know, starting to ramp up things here. They get a good spot. They can make it happen for sure.
I still have my reservations, honestly. I mean, sure, today, like, they've really turned it around. But I'm not going to go ahead and just ignore the fact that they're quite disappointing over day 1 and day 2. I think that would be disingenuous of me. But, yeah, today they've certainly stepped it up. But, man, if they'd been playing like this on day 1 and day 2, they would have been so far ahead of the rest of the pack.
So far ahead. It's crazy that they're in 5th place with having those first 2 days. With 105 points. They're still so close.
Quite a honorable thing for Vampire to do as well here is that they completely disengage from Picardo and they just give up to Regnum Karya. Now, I don't know if that's we're being nice. You know, we know you're a team that is capable of getting up towards that podium finish, so let's just give you this. Or it was just a decision from Vampire. Maybe even Regnum Karya just like, we need to drop over towards Picardo right now.
It makes total sense to it. I think it is honorable considering that Regnum Karya, you know, their players were like, you know what, we're not going to risk it. You guys take Picardo early on. They're obviously way further up in the leaderboards, and just for Vampire just say, all right, you know what, you can have it back here for the last couple games is crazy to see.
Big shift on the circle here over towards that north side. We're centering up over that ridge line. You fit a lot of teams along there, but as soon as it hits west, like, you're going to go down. And it's a bit of a staging area for a lot of our squads. Alpha 7 immediately moving over towards Graveyard, see if they can wrap around to the north side of this one. We'll sort of see more clearly over on stage 3, stage 4. But Regnum Kaya could make this move, but it's so many other teams leapfrogging him. I think if you are in Picada, though, on this circle, it's the gamble, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's the gamble whether it's going to move back down south. You already control that area, so why give it up?
Oh, man. This zone is so terrible for staying in Picalo, because if that zone goes up to those mountainsides, it's going to be so difficult to leave there.
But you can't give up the free win,
can
you?
You can't.
Give up the free win.
It's one of those like coin flip decisions where you're just going to say, hey, we get the circle. We're in this. You know, we don't. It's going to be tough. But so this is one of those gambles you have to take here at that stage. The whole north side is completely open, by the way, so that zone does go hard shift north. We're going to see some teams wrap up there and get it for free.
Yeah, I mean, Alpha 7 setting themselves up for that, as is D+. Thunder Talk doing what they usually do on this kind of circle, which is sort of play off towards that eastern side, go for a bit of a split, try and control a little bit more zone so they have more freedom to move later on. It also sets them up nicely to head towards Longhouse on that south side, just in case it does move back down towards the south here. Overall, pretty interesting circle with a lot of moving parts.
Absolutely. Speaking of moving parts, I was looking at the map, Pete, trying to find out where the heck APG is. I don't see them anywhere near in this circle, and they are all the way on the south side, so they're outside of the zone. Gonna have to sneak their way on in here, but pretty much majority of the major POIs in the center of the zone, they're all taken already.
Yeah, there's no space. There is no space left at the inn. For DX Xavier, they're getting themselves headed up to a location where they can play off the ridge side later. But yeah, teams are pretty hesitant to full commit anywhere at the moment. The only real clash that's happening is probably between GOAT as well as Ulf. That's on the northwest side towards that plateau that sits around San Martin.
Yeah, I know why. I mean, teams do not want to get caught on rotation right now. I understand why they're playing it so careful. If you're going to go out, might as well go out using that gun skill. Well, let's see right now where this next zone is going to go. You see Alter Ego there? They're still in the blue zone. APG finally make it on in, and we get that hard shift to the north. It's off to the races for one of those few spots left in this circle.
Regnum Kaya have to move. Like we said, they had to gamble on this, and they certainly went for the gamble. Unfortunately, this time around, they do not win out.
Snake eyes.
It is snake eyes for them. E-Arena over towards the southwest as well. I think E-Arena's done it quite well today. They get up to 89 points. I think they've been really giving it to stay in that conversation towards the middle of the pack right now. It's Mad Bulls who control the majority of that northern zone. And Alter Ego who made a really, really long rotate over towards that north side, Jukes.
Pays off. Pays off. Vampire. Look at that. Gonna lose a player there. Down to 3. Great last day for Vampire. I love the fact that they really put everything out on the line for their home crowd. Love to be able to see that here. Warman's going to go down there from E-Arena, and he's not getting picked back up.
No, it's very unlikely.
That's a fact.
They could try and get over towards him, but again, it's very dangerous. DRX, 2 South Korean squads going at it. QXZ.
Got him.
On live support there for just a second before Nolbu's able to take him down. That clears out a little space on the south side there for D+ to mess around with going forward as well. But what a rotate from Thunder Talk. They get right over towards that ridge line. They're set up on the high ground, so they controlled most of the important space there. Just a question whether the circle shifts back over towards that northwest again, in which case we're heading over towards that plateau, which is so uncomfortable to play. So you'll likely see a lot of our teams diverting towards the edge of the map.
D+, you can see them just still playing edge, just trying to gatekeep, find a way out into this next circle. Meanwhile, there's Thunder Talk getting a nice little nade knock.
On to Alpha 7.
That is on the Alpha 7, and that's Guizhou. Hurting really bad. Revo gets knocked as well, and Thirsted. Alpha 7 again. Can't make it happen in this Miramar.
It might be done. It might be done. I feel like the way that Alpha 7's currently playing is just not up to scratch. For the rest of this lobby, they go for a 2-2 split. It's hesitant, right?
Looking like a shell of their former selves at this point.
Why push that Ivy? You could have wrapped over towards the north side. The north side's very playable on this ridge as well, Hot Jukes. E-Arena fully flushed out. It was a very quick one. We kind of missed that off of the wings. Yeah. APG still on 3 outside the blue. They're rotating over the top of D+.
APG down to 2, actually. And you can see them here in the same position that Alpha 7 is. That opens the door big time for the rest of the lobby here to catch up to them.
What I'm talking about, if Ulf gets a good game, if Thundertalk gets a good game, suddenly you've got 4 teams in the Smash zone. Even DRX, but I think DRX is slightly less likely to have a strong match off the back of this one. But yeah, man, there is a lot of teams that can get in towards that Smash zone. If we suddenly have 4 teams on match point, right, we're looking at 20% of the lobby being able to finish the game there and then and end up in first place.
Just steal away the champion. Party ends up saving top for a little bit longer. They end up losing one of their players, though, so now it's, APG down to a single solo.
Just top remaining. And they try and make the rotate over towards the north side. But it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Bose goes down. There's Chips. Uh-oh. D+ putting up some points in Miramar. Just a little pregame to their last Miramar of the day.
We head on over towards that northwest side, Jukes.
Yes.
So we are on the plateau. That is rough. Very, very rough for a lot of our teams. Thundertalk do need to move. R8 have a fairly nice position, honestly, alongside those concretes on that south side. Kara also, similar position, but further south. Magnum Kai, how are they doing? They lost 1 player on a knock who's trying to crawl back up to the rest of the team. We'll see if that is resable for them.
Looks like Carrillo got a knock, so you might be able to get that thirst on the tops. Let's see if that does end up bringing out. Meanwhile, Chips from D+, just throwing out some smokes, playing it very, very carefully here. We got that plateau finish. And right now we're going to see Thunder Talk. This is that team, I'm telling you, you got to watch out for. They're heating up at the end of the final day. They have the full squad up. And with Alpha 7 and Alpha Gaming hurt so bad, this is going to be such a close one in the last match.
Yeah, last game is going to be weird. But again, like they've left the points so limited. If we imagine, you know, it's 10 points to get to match point from the first place team after the second day. Both squads, APG and A7, have only cleared that by 13. For Alpha 7, that is not enough points, and teams are catching up, and I think they're just going to lose to points from teams underneath.
That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like right now, because Alpha 7 just cannot seem to get it going here today. After such a wild day yesterday, such a lead, gone in just an instant here. See where this next circle goes, though. Alpha 7 do have a duo. They are center of the zone. Got Mad Bulls up there on top. Thunder Talk with some high ground as well. And it goes over to the southwest side.
That is grim. I don't know how Alpha 7 got here, by the way. That's actually a very nice rotate. I'll give them that. Lovely spot on the map for them. I mean, Thundertalk could crash it, but as 2 players, a little bit hard to hold. But again, by the time you rotate over that side, there's going to be so many teams looking at you. Alter Ego down to just Krypton, and he's doing his absolute best to keep his team in the game.
And it's not going to be enough. Alter Ego just not able to win fights here on the final day. Goat taking advantage of that one. Meanwhile, you got Ulf. They know what time it is. They noticed that Alpha 7, Alpha Gaming are in trouble. They're keeping all 4 up, 0 eliminations. They're going to have to start getting some sooner rather than later, though.
They are on that north side, so there hasn't really been a lot of opportunity for it. Loxy getting rezzed here, but it's Kara. They can see them. Two Turkish teams clashing once again here over in those South Concretes. I don't think Loxy stays up. It's a nasty nade over towards the back line. The Wolf has to buy back, though. And it really is the lone wolf now here for Regnum Karya.
Zed Wolf, let's see what he could do. MG3 is down. Lewis. Oh, CEO! Who needs a parachute when you got a buggy? See what Zed Wolf could do in the 1v2 situation. Nice little peek there, though. He's going to watch out for the left side, and it's not going to be enough. Regnum Karya out early once again.
CEO goes base jumping, right, with that little bonus from the end of the year. That's Regnum Karya down. I think it's been a sad day 3 for a lot of squads.
Yeah.
In particular, I mean, I've complained about Alpha Gaming, but I mean, Regnum Karya's day has been even worse. It's been a very, very unfortunate event for that, where a lot of our big teams, a lot of our big names just have struggled to really get off the mark here. Again, I think the Smash Point does just create such a horrible scenario for teams. They get so in their heads about it because it can change how everything works. And it certainly changes the way people play on day 3. For the better or the worse, we'll have to wait and see here.
I'm looking over at the players right now, and I'm looking at Regnum Karya, and they are not happy at this point. A lot of frustration, and it makes sense right now. They just could not get it going here today. Let's take a look, though, at Top by himself, trying to sneak away some more points for his squad. Flat tie between the two alphas in the lobby. Right now, though, the biggest threat is Ulf. Ulf with the full squad. Got to get going. That's Top out. So Alpha Gaming, 0 points in this one. And with 9 teams remaining, Alpha 7 might be able, with this position, to sneak away some placement points.
I mean, if they keep doing what they're doing and picking up 1 point per game, I mean, I'm not too impressed with that, to be honest with you. Yes, you're getting to placement points, but is that really changing all that much? Is that 1 point going to be enough? You grab it anyway. I mean, 1 point was enough last year.
That is true.
So,
that is.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong there.
Hey.
Circle does cut them out, and we are straight back into that open zone. What a disgusting second to last game this is.
Dude, these zones have just been wide open finish after wide open finish, making it so difficult on these teams. Just every team just playing on the edge, just hoping for the best at this point. Got R8, having a little compound there. They're going to be able to hold it for just a little bit longer. Nice shots there from Kara. Now Kara with 7 points on the board. They've jumped themselves out of last place. And that's usually what happens, though, right? Teams at the bottom got nothing to lose. They finally start putting up some points after a rough couple of days. Thunder Talk, though, need these points desperately, trying to avoid these nades from Chips. It's going to be a difficult one to hit, that's for sure. Yeah, now I think D+, if you're D+, you got to save some of that utility.
I mean, D+ underneath. You should hit this. Should easily be able to hit this as Nobu sends away. Obscure from Alpha 7 will find Chips, but does not get the point off it. Stolen away by Xing. And Thunder Talks up to 5 elims. Once again, they got a nice little fan area over there in the crowd. They got a flag that's waving. Nobu will find Damar on his lonesome with really little to no defense on that. No counterattack at all from RA. They were just accepting that Damar is now gone.
1 match left after this. This is such an important one for quite a few squads. Ulf with 1 elimination, Thunder Talk with 5. The Xavier, no, only 1 so far, but they still got 3 players up. They are going to play in that edge. Will they go for this third party here? It's going to be a tough one, that's for sure. CEO, though, cheeky little angle, putting some pressure on the Thunder Talk.
King making the cross, will get taken down, but not before running out of ammo, and he might just get out of dodge. Behind the tree, at close range, cannot find him. Finally gets a little angle. Thunder Talk down to 3 there. They almost got their boy back up again. They're sending in P90 on Nobu, a dangerous opposition inside the building.
The Xavier, better late than never, I guess. Here they go on the push. And they are just getting shredded as R8 were just waiting for this. D Xavier taking their sweet time and getting absolutely demolished.
Still 100 points. It's not bad indeed. Not bad indeed. I think that's a nice place to finish here for Xavier. It's a shame that the gun skill, not the gun skill, but at least that firepower in those team fights, the 4v4s just wasn't really there for Xavier this tournament.
Uh-oh. Obscure, Carrillo in the dip. Very nadeable. Gotta be careful. That's Xavier out of there. All right. Put some more points on the board for themselves. Okay, there's Flip. Gets the nade onto Obscure. That right there was an eviction notice. Marked and booked for Carrillo. He's going to have to be careful. Obscure trying to back himself out of this one. Looks like he might have just been able to crawl to safety there behind this rock. But with this next zone shift, Mad Bulls are looking really good here, Blank.
They're looking real nice. I think the big one, though, is Ulf.
Yes.
Ulf on that side, 115 points, looking to break 10 this game. Get themselves over towards match point. I love this lineup from Thunder Talk, though. Able to sidle in ahead of R8. And they know they got to leave at some point.
Looking at the leaderboards, R8. If you're R8 at this point, you need to just try and destroy the whole lobby. That's what you need to do. If you're Thunder Talk and Ulf, you're just going for the win. And Alpha 7, just sneak away any point you could possibly get your hands on. Meanwhile, the Mad Bulls starting to put into some work on Ulf. Huge fight right here on the side of Ulf, and Solus gets the first knock. And now they are on the push. They know they need every single elimination they can get. Aaron in the front line. He's got that UMP. Lemon blocking down those nades, but look at this on the other side. Thunder Talk getting into it with R8.
Yeah, sightseeing from that sideline. Shing healing up right now. AJ is down, but they might be able to clean house here, get 9 elims total if Kara doesn't start stealing away.
Uh-oh.
That will still sit Thunder Talk at 8 on this game. But even this team can potentially clear over towards 125. It's going to take a bit bigger game than this.
That's going to look pretty good. I'll tell you, you can't be mad at that. That's for sure. AJ getting rezzed. Let's see what Thunder Talk can do as a duo. They still have that third person up as well. Let's see what they can do. But now we go over to Ulf. They're in a perfect position here. Only one elimination so far. They got to get this win on the Mad Bulls without losing another player. Pusher's got that nade, though. Oh, just missed by the skin of his teeth. Solus, he definitely felt that one. But he cannot leave this position. He's got the shotgun. Ooh, gets hurt really bad. And now Ulf are looking in big trouble. Lemon looking to take advantage. Gets shot in return, though. Back and forth. As now the blue zone is starting to push both these squads. Pusher pushes up. Ulf with the high ground shuts him down.
There's going to be a huge game right now from Ketch, and he really does put in the work alongside of Aaron. Aaron Prime here over at the PMGC Grand Finals. But the teams are starting to get sparse. Jukes. The teams are starting to get sparse. And I see one squad right now who are down to 2 but have weathered the thunderstorm. But can they weather the thunder?
Oh boy, Alpha 7 with 2 players up, looking real sneaky in this one, especially considering that Kara and Thunder Talk are outside of this circle. Can they find a way to steal away a chicken dinner and finish the tournament right here, right now?
It's going to be so difficult to do. Teams usually will check this spot as well. They'll know it exists. So that's Alpha 7's weakness. They have 3 grenades, which is 3 more than at least 2 of these other teams, in Kara as well as Ulf.
You can feel the tension in the air. The crowd so silent, trying to hope for Thunder Talk to make something happen. The nade, just short of Aaron. Big shots though from Obscure!
What are you doing?
Get Solus! The next nade comes on out from Carrillo. Just short. Alpha 7.
Pushing them in here. Aaron will find Carrillo. It's a good step up from him. But now they know they absolutely need to take down this team. If not, try and lead Thunder Talk over here. And AJ will finish off Carrillo. And it's a ginormous game from Thunder Talk so far. If they clean out the rest of the lobby, they hit 125.
What a huge game for both these squads. Ulf and Thunder Talk at the top of the leaderboards right now. It's anybody's game. This could be the win that locks you in as our champions. With one match left to go, who knows what happens? You need every single point you can get.
For Thunder Talk, it is a slow and grueling game now, but what a journey it has been. Sighting takes a lot of damage, but is able to send a lot more back. That is a lot. This is good time for Thunder Talk to start rotating out to try and take some space, but Solus is holding them down. Sighting has to hit the deck, and Ketch finds some room to move up. And it looks like Thunder Talk may not be finding it.
Solus has so much ammunition, 300 rounds. He's using every single one! And that is how you do it. Ulf, get the chicken dinner.
And now Ulf are in match point.
Yup.
It will require the back-to-back now for Ulf.
Woo! Look at Ketch taking a deep breath after that one.
You gotta take a deep breath there, man, 100%. But to be honest with you, for Ulf, what a day it's been today. Aaron, who had been one of the rookies of the year, now really showing what he can do as he has developed that experience over multiple years now on a team where he sits shoulder to shoulder with some of the best in the business. For Thunder Talk, did it take them close enough?
Oh, that's the question. That's the question. I can't wait for the desk to break this down because we are going to go into that final match of the day.
That's the question, isn't it, guys? Have they done enough, Ulf and TT Gaming? We said it before they went into that match. I said Thunder Talk with the team to look out for. They made it right to the end, didn't quite secure it. Ulf, an impressive performance. Max is looking dicey. What's happened?
I think Thunder Talk missed out by 1 point. And my math is really bad, and I hope I'm wrong, but they might have just barely missed out. They needed one more elimination at the very end to get 14, and with the 6 placement points for second place, it would have been 20, and they needed 20 points to be in the Smash Zone. I think they miss out, but Ulf here's 7. Just what they needed to try and make sure they do get in the Smash Zone alongside Alpha Gaming and Alpha 7.
We talked about those teams that wanted to get that opportunity going into the last match to actually go for the win and win via Smash Rule. Ulf able to do that, and honestly, I gotta wait and see what's gonna happen with the leaderboard math. There, Max, because if it is just by 1 point that Thunder Talk's not going to be able to make it, it's going to be heartbreaking. But I think they did enough to just push themselves to still contend in points.
I think, historically speaking, in PMGC, this is the closest we've ever had a last game with the Smash Rule in mind right now. No idea who's going to win it. Literally no clue.
Still yet to have a Smash Zone win at a global LAN event at this point. And we'd be really excited to see it happen right here, right now. But you know what? We've got to talk a little bit about Alpha Gaming and Alpha 7, unfortunately. Just the wind gets taken out of their sails, doesn't it? Early game, both of them losing players. Was it overextending? Was it mistakes were made? Maxman, talk to me.
For Alpha Gaming, I think this is one of the worst circles you could give them. They're Chumacera team, and it goes on top of the mountain between Picardo and San Martin, and they rotate late, which is normally not a bad approach, but when you have a circle that just keeps going to the high ground position, all the teams are already parked up on the high ground, meaning that you're going for late rotation, you're going to get lasered down instantly. Alpha Gaming, they could have made it in, but I feel like this is a circle that's given to them in the worst moment possible, and they were just not quite able to deliver. As compared to Alpha 7, they were able to make it to the mountaintop. That's only a duo of Carrillo and Obscure.
Yeah, for Alpha 7, I feel like they still had the same struggles. They were working their way from the east, trying to get into the circles. They end up losing players. Thunder Talk made sure that they stopped any type of push that Alpha 7 was going to be doing as well. Thunder Talk, not only did they end up performing well in this match, they were actually being just a big old pain in the butt to those top teams when it came down to the Alphas.
There was a big thing about Thunder Talk, actually, storyline-wise. The community's always saying, normally Thunder Talk, great team in the league stage, terrible team in the finals. They want to try and put those rumors to bed right now. They come back again. They went 12th position. What a comeback for, like, on the last day. What's going on, Thunder Talk? I am loving what we're witnessing from this team.
A key point as well from the previous match that we saw on Erangel. Patience. playing a huge part in getting to that end game. Kara Esports have shown it already. It was Ulf in this last match, showing that patience on the northwest side of the zone and managing to just stay patient, choose their moments carefully, and ultimately made them get that winner chicken dinner.
And I mean, that's what the squad needed to do. They just needed to make sure they did enough to get those points to be within the smash zone. You could kind of see the relief too when we got a chance to see the players, but look at the rotations here. I mean, it's just going to be Thunder Talk is going to be chilling on that eastern side, and Ulf is going to end up moving up as well and just waiting. That's what you were saying, Barney. Patience, 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 Max.
Yeah, I mean, here the dips on the western side were just a godsend for Ulf. And actually, you're going to see that in a few seconds. This fight versus Mad Pulse was very decisive. Whoever wins that fight, I think, wins the entirety of the match, because Thunder Talk and also the side of Kara kind of stuck in these compounds to the eastern side of the circle. But Mad Pulse, also the gatekeepers of the northern side, really good use of the cliff moving in, but Ulf was stronger. Eren in particular, what a clutch in that fight versus Mad Balls, and that helps them to secure 18 points, which I do believe that was going to be enough for them to make it in the Smash Zone.
Oh.
I do believe, right?
I think
Or did
so.
I calculate wrongly? But maybe I did.
Now you're making me doubt myself. I mean, Thunder Talk there with 19 points, Ulf with the 18 points. I think Ulf should be enough for them to be able to get in there. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen when we end up showing the overall as well. But then, I mean, Alpha 7, they should have at least a little bit of a cushion going into this last match by them being able to secure 5 placement points.
Another team who's had a bit of more unluck at this point, haven't they? D Xavier just can't catch a break, can they? They tried to crash. They got absolutely... Well, they just got destroyed as they moved in, didn't they, Max? Let's be honest.
I mean, I respect the attempt on that crash, but I think that you in particular, Seven, were like, the execution is just very desperate.
Awful.
It felt like, yep, awful. You know what? I agree. It was an awful push there with the Monster Truck. MVP of the game is going to be Eren. Love to see him perform again, doing so good for his team as he's been picked up this year by the side of Ulf. But I was looking at DRX. They lost all their momentum. Everything is gone. The only time you see them perform is like a solo player, like Hyunbin earlier versus Kara. DRX have lost it for me. No, it's done. Maybe a podium could be happening, but anyways, race for the first place is just out of the question, in my opinion.
Totally out of the question. Another team that, yes, like you said, the wind's just coming out of their sails at this point. D plus Kia as well, struggling down there. It's just, Korea's having a tough day. Oh! Ulf have made it, currently sitting in second place with 132 total points. 4 chicken dinners on the board as well,
Max,
let's be honest.
you were right!
No!
Thunder Talk doesn't make it into the Smash Zone by just 1 point. They just needed that elimination to have a chance to win via Smash Roll in that final game.
But if we don't have a Smash, that's only a 10-point difference between themselves and Alpha 7. They can still be crowned the champions without the Smash ruling. Man, could we have a new Nova Esports here at PMGC 2025? It could be happening today.
And it could be King getting his
Yes!
3rd championship.
I forgot about that!
He's so excited!
I mean, would that make him the GOAT?
Oh,
Possibly.
he makes him the king.
I mean, 3
Makes him the king, bro.
PMGC championships, I think hands down, yeah, he would automatically become the GOAT.
Oh my goodness. Well, and a really impressive run so far today from Thunder Talk Gaming. You can see the dished out points over here from the top 4 players. King just managing to keep himself up there. Oh, yeah. Max is looking.
No, I'm just thinking. Sorry, I always look like very pensive between these segments, but going from 12th position to 1st place, possibly at the end, would be one of the biggest comebacks we've ever seen.
Well, it's time to check out this MVP or the finals MVP role. Let's check it out.
Stay focused.
Right, our finals MVP of the 2025 PMGC Grand Finals will walk away with a brand new Porsche Cayenne. That's kind of spicy, Seven, isn't it? Could you see yourself driving one of those?
I could definitely see myself driving one of those, and I would probably just try to be as safe as I could be, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Are you alluding to the fact that you're a bad driver? What's going
No,
on?
I'm a great driver, but that thing looks amazing, and I know it can go fast. I would wanna just go.
Well, okay, make sure that if you log into the game between the 12th and the 14th of December, you will get a permanent Polar Party Mini 14 firearm finish for free. And of course, from the 12th to the 25th of December, if you log in a total of 7 days, then you will get a permanent Rev It Up emote for free, gentlemen. We like free stuff, don't we? We're all gamers here. We love free things.
I got all the free stuff right
Do
now.
you?
I'm decked out. I even got the non-free stuff. That's how much I loved all the skins for
You know how
PMGC.
much I love free stuff? Once this ends, this two right here are going to disappear. I'm not going to say
I think we're
who
going to get
took 'em.
chased down out of the building.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
I
like
didn't say
how
the
you-
phone. I didn't say the Infinix.
I know. I
said
like how you
the-
didn't say the
Oh,
Infinix.
okay, so you're safe. You're fine.
Yeah.
Yoink. Right, let's chat a little bit more. Going into our final match of the day. 3 teams currently sitting at the top of the standings, all of them in the smash zone. So all 3 of them could walk away and hit that smash rule, meaning they could smash 3 of those eggs that they have chosen, which also means 3 times the prizes from Infinix, gentlemen.
Ooh, I got a chance to smash one of those eggs. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't get the
live.
reward, though, because I'm not playing.
The prizes are great, but it's so satisfying also to pick the egg. It looks
really
great.
is.
I kind of wanted to be there just to be able to do the rehearsal, but...
I'll show you the slow-mo later. I got behind the scenes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I want to see that. Okay.
Ooh, private videos being shared behind the scenes. Okay, it feels like I'm being missed out here, but don't worry about it. Okay, it's going to be the first time that we're ever going to do this at a PMGC Grand Final, so it's going to be amazing. You're going to want to see that later on today. But again, going into the final match of the day,
Yes.
TT just need to put up big numbers to
Yes.
secure that top spot. The other 3 just need a win. Is it passive play from these 3 teams, or is it business as usual, 7?
I think for all these 3 squads, actually, you know what? All the 4 squads, it's just going to be business as usual. It just comes down to what the other teams are going to be doing. Regnum, I know they have had an awful day. Yes, they have picked it up a little bit, but to keep with their performances from previous PMGCs, from previous global events, they're not going to be happy about it. They're going to be wanting to do a little bit more. And something that we mentioned at the beginning of the day, that there's been one team that has been winning the last match every single time, at least for the past, 5 days of grand finals, including last year. D+ is going to be looking to make it 6.
It would be such a meme if they could do it once more. But you know what? I would love to see it happen. But actually, you're going about the teams playing passive in the top 4. I think top 3 have to play it passive to try and make sure they can win through the smash ruling. I want ThunderTalk to play a little bit more aggressive compared to the top 3 because they are playing catch-up, and regardless of them winning or not, they cannot end it through a smash ruling, meaning through points alone, that is the way you're going to be crowned the champion. So ThunderTalk need to go big in this match.
I think for ThunderTalk, it comes down to how are they keeping track of which of those top teams are alive,
Yes.
right? Because if for some reason they don't see Alpha 7, they don't see APG, they don't see Ulf getting eliminated, that's when you have to be aggressive. But if it is a situation where those top 3 teams end up getting eliminated, then you can maybe play it a little bit passive because they know all they have to do is try to get at least 15 points.
But what if, 7,
Uh-oh.
you see a fight break out, ThunderTalk get a knock, a flush onto one of these players on the top 3? Do you chase it down? Do you play it passive? What's the approach? I genuinely, I don't know. It's depending on the IGL and what he's feeling like doing at that moment.
I generally don't know as well, and that is, by the way, the most energy, I think I would say, I've seen from APG. Riff is getting up, it's getting everybody riled up for this last game because they know what's at stake. They're currently 3rd place. They're currently, 6 points behind Alpha 7, and they have a chance to become the 2025 PMGC champions.
I want to say something also that you pointed to me out earlier. We're going to Turkey PMGC next year, right?
Yes.
Who was the reigning champion of PMGC when we did go to Turkey a few years ago?
S2G!
Exactly. So we could have, maybe if Ulf make it happen, a reigning champion defending the title on home soil back in Turkey. That would be a really great achievement for Ulf to make it happen and try and defend it on home ground.
I just hope they don't end up doing what Regnum did in Turkey because that was
Or S2G, yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
S2G, that's what
I
I
mean,
meant.
Silas, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Silas.
Having the reigning champions inside those stadiums, though, in Turkey, with
Yes.
with those crowds, they're so into it. They absolutely love it. The energy is crazy, and so it would be interesting to see 2 absolutely world-class performances we've had today from Ulf and from ThunderTalk Gaming. Doc on the screen just then. looking to secure that top spot. He's going to have to pop off. He's going to have to do something insane, but he's also going to have to stay alive. Doc, do not go out early. Do not go out into that cold night. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our final map of the PMGC 2025 Grand Finals. Blank Jukes. Let's do it.
Welcome back to the final match of the day. It's Miramar Madness here on Championship Sunday. Do D+ take themselves the 6th now chicken dinner in a row at the end of the day on PMGCs of the last 2 years? What a weird sign-off that would be. But overall, we are looking at 4 teams. We're looking at Ulf, APG, Alpha 7, and Thunder Talk, who miss out on match point by 1.
Oh, just one single point. But with how close this is, a chicken dinner could still get it done. Let's see how these squads are going to react here. It's time to take destiny into your own hands. An entire year's worth of hard work about to pay off here and now. Alpha 7 out of the plane super early, heading towards that Cruz del Valle, possibly looking to get a vehicle, drive on over to El Pozo. Well, let's see how we're going to get started here, guys. Let's go!
I think, honestly, for a lot of those squads at the top, like Max was saying, you've got to play a little bit more passive. You've got to ensure you get through to that end game first before you start pushing the boat out. But sometimes some of these plays to get towards that end game require a bit of aggression. And we're heading down towards the southwest side of the map. We got La Triera and a whole chunk of that mountain on the western side in play, which is rough.
Oh, so rough. So rough. For those of you guys that don't know, that left side of that map is completely unplayable. So it's basically a circle 2 or 3 at this point with how much room is left. More like a zone 2. But you got Valle del Mar in play. GOAT are already there. They're big chilling. Alpha 7 looking like they're going to go ahead and loot Cruz del Valle up. They're going to take this spot. They're going to be actually the furthest team away from this circle. So they got a big rotation ahead of them.
They got to kick up some dust, that's
Yeah.
for sure, on that north side, going to move on. There's a long journey ahead of them right now through teams like Kara, Alter Ego, Thunder Talk as well. Regnum Kai quite close towards his own, but it is Alpha Gaming. All eyes on them right now. Chumacera start. It's a great beginning of the game for this team. Vampire are on their northeast edge, looking out to the side. Again, big respect to that team, saying that they don't really know anywhere else to play on this map other than Picardo. Yet under all this pressure in this kind of tournament, you're telling me that they decided they would learn something completely new? I mean, it's amazing, and it's very much interesting what the kind of pressure from a tournament can provide you in terms of improvements.
So difficult. So difficult. The pressure is insurmountable at this point. But you got to overcome it. You got to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to see Regnum Karia have such a rough day. I mean, especially considering that you got Silas who's won this before. You know, that should be a big advantage going into this. At the end of the day, though, it takes all 4. You got to be able to make it happen. And unfortunately, Regnum couldn't get it done on the last day. We got 4 squads, though, here. Those are the 4 we are dead looking at. Alpha 7, Ulf, APG, and Thunder Talk. Thunder Talk are in La Bendita. They're going to be looting up right now. So they're still waiting to get into this next zone. Out of all the squads that we just listed, APG, they're already in the zone. So they are looking to get a nice central position on that mountainside just north of Minas del Valle. So they're actually going to be in a really good position because most of the time when we do get circles like this, the zone does tend to kind of head south.
Yeah, southern circles, as well as Chumacera, all those foothills, it's so rough to play around, rough to rotate through. I think APG definitely gets a nice start here, but it does pen them in a little bit at the start, especially if this team's rotating on their top side. So I do like that APG is sort of shelling up right now. You're just kind of staying inside the turtle. You're just making sure you don't peek out too much and wait your turn, bide your time. Regnum Kai, you're very close by. But again, I think these guys are just going to send straight past here, Jukes.
Yeah, Silas just on the drive. Got to be careful, especially with a team like Regnum who are so far down on the leaderboards. Like, This is a squad that if they just see a player, they'll just take those shots at this point. So, fortunate for APG, they were not spotted. And they're going to continue. Actually, Reefus and Ziol are driving mighty close to Regnum Karya. Yeah, I think they heard it. Silas was just peeking over that hill. But APG, they hit that left turn real quick. I don't want none of that right now. Calm down, guys. Calm down.
Yeah, well, again, I think for most teams, they realize just how close the leaderboards are. You don't want to go out early at all, just because if you get 8, 9 points, suddenly you are getting so much extra change on the leaderboard, moving up from 10th up to 5th off those minimal points. If we look at the lobby right now, there are 3 teams tied between 11th, 12th, and 13th on 90 points. Above them sits Regnum Karya with 91, R8 and D plus above that on 92 and 92. So yes, you would be correct in saying that between 13th and 8th place there is 2 points.
Unreal. Unreal. Such a close leaderboards there at the bottom. Big gap between 4th and 5th place. That's why we got our eyes on the top 4 teams. Those are going to be your squads that are going to win this one. It's going to be one of the 4. That's a fact. And take a look in here, though. Oh, GOAT getting the first blood on the Tony K from Vampire.
Yeah, straight away looking to find themselves a bit more leverage inside this zone. You got them on the western side at the moment, looking cross Ladriera over towards Vampire. Regnum Karya sit just a little bit lower than that. DRX are also here. DRX, I think, can still hit a podium finish. Whether I do not believe that they're hitting a win, though.
Yeah, absolutely. The gap is just too big at this point, especially for the last game.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they're the only other team that could get in towards the podium as well. I don't think DXavier can anymore.
Getting an 18-point chicken dinner on the last game, it's almost impossible unless you're D+.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Let's see right now, though, as we look. Man, I can feel the tension in the air. Everybody just playing this so carefully. Such a big gap, you know, and the prize pool jumps up significantly every place. Thunder Talk trying to get away here.
They're trapped.
The crowd making so much noise because they know Thunder Talk's in big trouble. Krypton putting some shots, and yeah, they are trapped wide out in the open, and Alter Ego are hunting them down.
The vehicle flipped. The Thunder Talk, the dream might be over here and now. For King to get the 3-time. It's unlikely. King's going to make the run out. AJ holding down the line here, looking to send grenades over the top. This is a mighty hold from him. Sadly, he does get caught out. There's players swinging off to the right-hand side.
King's in big trouble, and he knows it. Yeah, here he comes Thunder Talk. They have to try and save this at this point. You cannot afford to go out. But let's see what they can do here as Alter Ego are looking to put the clamps on them, surrounding them bit by bit. Nice shots, though, on a Snake. Buys them a little bit of time. AJ is still alive, but that off angle is going to be brutal from AE.
I ain't going to lie. I love this from Thunder Talk. They even have the player getting up over towards the top side of the mountain, too.
Wow.
This is incredible.
He loses it! He loses the 1v1. That off angle was so critical, and Thunder Talk are going to pay big time for that.
It is over. For Thunder Talk, they will not be grabbing a podium. They will not be grabbing the chicken dinner. And they will not be in our top 3. Thunder Talk bow out in 4th place. In the meantime, though, what is it with PMGC Grand Finals and last game circles? We're out to the western side. We're basically 30% non-playable space right now over towards Via de Mar. What is this?
Are you kidding me? This is the most disgusting circle that you could have possibly had at this point. You're right. This is basically a Zone 5 in Stage 2 for the final game here. Thunder Talk are out. 3 teams could possibly get this chicken dinner. And Alpha 7, they send it so hard right onto that ridge line. They get a good position, but there's going to be so many teams in that vicinity.
APG, Doc finding Silas right off the rip there, and an instant flush as well.
The look right now is wild. Yeah, getting some shots on the Kraken as he is stuck wide in the wide open. This zone's so brutal. So many teams, so many players are going to get caught on rotation here. Lazarus goes out from Vampire. This thing heated up so dang fast with this zone shift. Teams are going to have to figure these things out. I mean, look at this. Alpha 7 are pushing on in. Looks like they do have a good position. Looking at some of the rest of the squads, though, APG do find a way into this next circle, and so do Ulf. Ulf and Alpha 7 are actually very close to each other.
Ulf just underneath them could cut out their opposition right now in the final game here.
Such a great spot, though, from Alpha 7. Obscure. Look at the vision he has.
Well, I mean, again, for Alpha 7, though, it's locked out on the north side of the territory. I don't think this is the greatest spot to be in at the moment.
Especially if that zone goes south.
Especially if the zone goes south. I mean, if the zone goes north, eventually they're going to get cut out. It's rough. It's very, very rough. Teams that line themselves along that ridge side, I quite like the look of that, and that's currently Ulf.
Ulf definitely have a lot more options depending on where the zone goes. If we get somehow a hard shift to Via Del Mar Bridge, my mind's going to explode.
Yeah, I'll be gone. I'll also be gone at that point.
Yeah. I think we just hang it up.
All of the casters will have left.
Just let the game just talk for itself at this point. Unbelievable. But I'm going to still talk a little bit for now here because things are just getting so interesting. Look at this circle, guys. Oh, my goodness. Split practically down the middle. Where's it going to go? It centers on us.
No way.
Still so much playable, unplayable area.
You must be kidding me. It's DX saved by the zone in the final match. We're starting it with tradition, and we're ending it with tradition. Lovely to see. We'll see what DX can get done with this. Obviously, it's probably not going to be a podium finish, but, you know, getting a 4th place, that's doable. Very, very doable here. Kicking Thunder Talk off that side. Mad Bulls try and take down D+, but they've got a bit of an invincibility buff here over on the final Miramar. They wrapped right round Partona across via the Mar Bridge. They do enjoy DX Xavier.
Right now, let's take a look, though, as D+ looking to keep their tradition alive of winning the last match of every game of a PMGC. They've done it all up until now, and they get this position. 3 eliminations, and they're full squad up.
D+. No Fabian on the inside. It's a decent start here. 3 elims for themselves. E-Arena also on the high ground. DX Xavier trying to take shots down, but again, that bubble of protection is up for another 10 minutes at least for D+. They will be in that end game.
Yes, they will. RA throwing some nades on the Alter Ego. Alter Ego just getting beat up here. The biggest hole in that roof. That's a sunroof you do not want with those nades coming on in. And now R8. Down to 2, though. Oh! Alpha 7, Carrillo. Hurt bad. Here comes Kara. Let's see what you can do, Alpha 7. CEO on that off angle. A7 have to hold it down, but they are in the edge of the circle, and the blue zone is closing.
I was telling you, man. It's like, it's not a nice spot to be in over on this side. I wish they'd pushed further down, try to fight out for something, but I think Alpha 7's playing these games far too passively for my liking. Ulf did lose 1 player earlier, by the way, which does hurt. It really does hurt for Ulf. So maybe no matter what happens, Alpha 7 is just able to squeak by.
I'll tell you what, though, if Alpha 7 are going to win, this is how they're going to do it. You know, back
What,
against
20 points
back
on the day?
back against the wall of a blue zone. This is usually their best play style. If they do win by only getting 20 points, hey, I guess you take that all day long.
A win's a win.
A win's a win, baby.
You're taking shots over towards Kara, who do send down towards Goat now. Vampire should have heard those shots, but whether they can see across this road is another matter. Honestly, Ulf are also set up on this eastern side, so we're about to clash between 2 of the most influential squads inside the lobby right now, between Ulf and A7. Ulf could secure their destiny right here, right now.
Let's see what they could do. Ulf have a 3-man, but they got to get it done if they want to become your new PMGC Grand Final champions. It's Alpha 7 taking their time. They're trying to figure this out. Distribute everything they need to each other, and then make this push. Yo! Stealing away some points. APG putting some on the board here. All 4 up. They are in the east side. This is outside of the circle, though. They're going to have to start pushing in. This is stage 4, too, as well. This zone is going to start stinging.
I mean, the fact that it still keeps around about 30% of unplayable space into it. And then again, you don't really want to be playing along this side of the map, so we're talking even less right now. It's tough. It is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see DXAV get a win right at the end of the day. That would be very, very pleasing.
Unbelievable circle. I'm still so shocked at this is the zone that we have in the final match here. Look at this. These are your 2 squads, guys. Alpha 7 and Ulf. Both on the same screen. Doc goes down. Reefus is down as well. 2 players left from APG.
Oh,
and here comes the arena.
20K up to the plate. Look to see if he can serve APG up. We'll just try and take these shots. 20K does go down. This is going to have to be a hold and a half. But APG are falling by the wayside. Doc steps up. This nade better be ginormous from Zjol. But the airburst is too short. And APG are now short 2 players as well.
Zjol gets the heal off, but Borman's got that nade. He's got it locked and loaded. 1 second on it. He throws it. Airburst down to 1 HP. Zjol, he has to get that first nade off first, but Borman's got another nade locked and loaded. It sends off, and it is just enough to take out top. It's going to be Zjol all by himself.
Top crawling, bloodied back towards his teammate, but will fall. APG's run is now done. It is impossible to get back into this one. Zjol's going to try and send it away as best he can. The Vampires,
Hit
Rob
the
on
gas!
higher.
Hit
Help
the
him.
gas! Oh my gosh, the terrain so trying to get out of there. But it's not looking good.
And APG attempted to get in, but they had a lot of time to make this rotate. They had a lot of time to make this rotate, honestly. Starting in Chumacera, they're one of the closest teams to the zone. And again, I think that Smash ruling is getting in these players' heads, man. Getting in these players' heads.
Oh, such a big factor. Definitely altering the dynamic here towards the end. APG down to 1, Thunder Talk out. That really just leaves 2 squads we got our eyes on. It's Ulf and Alpha 7. Yo! Takes the shots! Lets them know, here I am. He's got the nade, but it's not looking good. Yo! Out of there! That is Alpha Gaming done and dusted!
3rd place locked in for now for APG. What a run they had, but at the start of the day, they played their own game. And as soon as they hit that dreaded smash point, it felt like it took the wind out of their sails.
Here we go, though. Alpha 7 looking to possibly get into an engagement with Ulf. Ulf have the compound right below them. Looking at Regnum Karya, just putting some points on the board outside of circle, but all eyes on our top 2 squads here.
Ulf need more points. Alpha 7 can't afford to fall, but they are careening directly towards Ulf. Again, like you said, backs against the wall right now. And it seems like without it, they're blind. They're feeling their way through these circles. Alpha 7 struggling, Obscure taking a lot of damage, and E-Arena looks to shut down every single team in the top spot, it seems.
E-Arena just trying to crush dreams out here. They've already crushed a few. Guizal on the drive up, just trying to buy his teammates some time. Looks like Obscure is going to be able to move towards safety. But Alpha 7, again, yeah, back against the blue zone here. Ulf right at their doorstep. But you got to watch out. You see Twix on that high ground. He could prove to be deadly for A7.
E-Arena now taking down Regnum Karya. Oh my god, this team is having a great time with Loxy hits the deck. So far away, Zed Wolf down next, and that's Regnum Karya out. They don't even break a century. But Alpha 7 They're on the hunt.
Yes, they are. They know a single point could put that belt around their waist. Let's see what happens as Obscure is on the move now. Uh-oh, here we go. The fight's starting to ring out here. Turney throws the nade, but he gets knocked by Obscure. Huge knock for him. Air burst too short, and that's E-Arena gone. Alpha 7 put a couple eliminations on the board, and those were critical.
Alpha 7, for maybe the first time, will pick up their victory here at PMGC. It has not been glamorous. There has been no glitters, but they will potentially get it done here. And it will be a dream come true for Cleo and Revo, have both been challenging out for this for multiple years, end on end. Multiple iterations of Alpha 7, finally finding one that seems to work.
Nade's ringing out for DRX. D+, putting some shots downrange. D+, all 4 up. Still in the mix here. Mad Bulls and DRX are going at it. My eyes are going to be locked on the north side, though. Wolf versus A7. Lemon getting a nice knock there. This fight continuing to ring out.
DRX, Hyunbin backing up the stairs right now. They got Mad Bulls on their tail. So easy with a huge Molotov down the stairs, though. It does cause some massive problems for the Mad Bulls. Next circle pop. Dead central.
Dead center.
What an evil game this has been. Hyunbin drops out the side, looks for the full finish over towards Mad Bulls. Hesitant to jump through the window, though.
So easy. Getting a nice knock there. Got the M249, switches to the M4. Gets shotgun, though, right in the chest. Hyunbin securing some more points for his squad. That's DRX. Down to a single player. It's Hyunbin. Xavier still have all 4 up. Man, this circle, though, just pushing away from our top squads every single time.
Yeah, pulling away from Xavier now as well. I mean, it still keeps them in at least, but yeah, definitely going to be a more difficult game for Xavier going forward. Have to leave off on that high ground. Alpha 7, though, have played this game fairly well, honestly. It has felt less like Alpha 7 and more like a team just trying to desperately claw away at points inside the circle, but alas, they're here. Oh, Scarface knocked and flushed.
Ulf down to 2 players. That is it. We got to take a look at this right now, and that's also GOAT having those huge angles onto Ulf. Alpha 7 just need to hang on a little bit longer. With this circle, Ulf have to push out of that safety zone. They're pushing out from that building and into the wide open.
Still on board with this fight right now.
Taking a look at it. Got to make sure we see how Hyunbin does. He is a great player.
I don't want to see Alpha 7 and Ulf at the moment. I want to see the dynamic that's going on here. But lo and behold, who could it be over the D+ on the eastern side looking to evict Xavier?
That's also a big fight as well. There we go. Let's take a look at this. Ulf. There they go. That's their cover, but they're going to have to leave it. They're in the vehicle, pushing together as a duo. Alpha 7 have the high ground. They should have a good idea of where they're at. Looks like Ulf are able to push into the circle, though, and they're pushing in right towards that. Oh, getting beat up by GOAT, though! Oh! And that's it! Ulf are out of there!
Oh, my days. Without glory, without an explosive finish, but a quiet end for Ulf and APG. Alpha 7 have done it!
Yes, they have! Alpha 7 are your 2025 PMGC champions. The cameramen running towards their direction right now because there ain't anybody close to them on the leaderboards.
Hey, at this point, they might as well just put their hands up and stop playing. It's done. It's done.
Hey, start adding some stuff to the cart at this point, baby, because that money is yours.
I mean, look at this. They are just getting stuck back into it. Alpha 7 is reborn, reignited in the knowing of their glory. They want to finish this game and pick up their trophy as soon as possible. What's the easiest way to do that? Well, it's time to wipe the lobby.
Also, MVP is still on the line. That Porsche Cayenne. You gotta make sure that you give your players as many eliminations as possible. Get every single thing you can in this tournament.
Get the Porsche Cayenne on board. You know, they don't want to just take the trophy. They want to take everything home here at the PMGC Grand Finals. It has been a long time coming, though. A long, long time coming. And I think I'm starting to finally believe that Revo really did mean it when he said that they're going to be together forever. Because this is a God squad.
Alpha 7, been through so much together, highs and lows. Revo recently going through one of the biggest losses of his entire life, pushing through that tribulation, making it here, and becoming a champion. What a historic run for this squad.
Hey, but you should still let D+ win. For the gram, dude. For the gram.
For the gram, man. You know, just let's see. Honestly, that's a great. Let's see if D+ can continue on the history of winning every last match in PMGC, or maybe Alpha 7 is looking to take that away from them as well.
Nice nade to the top from Fabian. I mean,
No
yeah,
way.
definitely a bit of an moment. Nolbu still trying to crawl back towards his teammate. Osal's going to drop down, see if he can pick him up here. Might just be able to get it. Fabian, though, again with the nade. Guizao gets knocked to the play zone once again as they try to pick him up. It's another nade from Fabian. Maybe I was joking. Maybe I was not.
D+ on the move, looking to continue on with their streak here. Guizao is out of there. Rebel got the nade, throwing it through the door. Just a little bit too short here. Now you got Osel putting that pressure on D+. Putting in the work on Alpha 7. They are completely trapped here.
Molotov as well, about to be thrown. Cutting off the... Oh, they know. I think that might be them done.
That has got to be it. D+ putting...
Oh, no!
Huge shot. Tries to get the confirmation. The blue zone is coming, though. Can he get this first aid off? I don't think he can. The blue zone's coming. Gets it off at the last second. Jumps out the window. Can he hit the shots? D+! Take out Alpha 7, but I will admit, they don't look too mad about it.
They don't look too mad about it. D+ with 2 players alive versus Goats 2, Mad Bulls 2, and Karas 3. Oh, I would love to see D+ win this game.
Oh, that would be the most unreal thing ever. And look at that. Rebel giving the high fives, the headshot. Hey! That's a champion right there.
Yeah, he don't realize. He don't realize.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he missed out on some good luck for the rest of the year right there. I'll tell you that now.
That's what it is right there. Turns out
you get a high five from Revo, that's 6 months at least a good look.
At least. I think like a 20% buff in aim skill as well.
Yeah, and a 20% discount at Morrison's.
Take that all day long. Oh, man. D+ though. Let's see what they can do. Can they keep the tradition alive here? You can see Carrillo. Oh, my gosh. The emotions ringing out. Oh, man. What a long road for this squad. It's so well-deserved.
Team that's won PMWC, now PMGC. The only thing left in their way is PMGO.
That's it.
And we got 2 next year. We got double the chances.
Oh, wow. This was the big one, though. The hardest tournament of the year. And right now, they're just sitting and waiting for that announcement. Here come the high fives. Mafioso, the legend himself. Oh, the tears ringing out. Such a long road coming. A+.
What a beautiful moment, honestly. For me, it's a beautiful moment as well. I mean, covered these guys for a long, long time. That's sort of why I'm quiet about it right now, just because, I don't know, I think Carrillo as well as Rebel have been pushing for a long while. For Guizao as well as Obscure, what a moment for them. Coming on this team and then being that final part of the puzzle. Finally unlocks what they needed to make it happen. It's hard even to be loud about it just because it's a feel-good moment. Yeah. A feel-good moment.
It really is. And these guys have worked so incredibly hard all year long. So many tribulations and trials that all these players went through, both individually, as a squad, and then finally raising that trophy above your head. And especially after a pretty rough start to the day. You know, it was not going their way for the most part. Towards the end, though, they make it happen.
Putting my eyes back towards the game, though, DK is kind of winning.
They are gonna win. And win every single last game.
Hey, these guys are some jokers, man.
What is
I'm trying to have a
happening?
nice moment. I'm trying to have a nice moment.
D+.
Come on, boys. It's just Vic. It's just Vic. 13 elims in the game. To be honest with you, though, all things considered, this is a huge, huge jump up in money. But your winners of the 2025 PMGC Bangkok, Thailand is none other than Alpha 7!
Let's go! That is how you do it. Alpha 7 finally getting the global championship they deserve. Let's take it on over to the host to wrap things up.
We have our champions! The 2025 PUBG Mobile Global Championship, it has been won. What an incredible journey. What a dominant performance. And what a moment in PUBG Mobile history. Look at their faces, the elation. They can't believe it. Taking a moment here on stage before lifting that trophy.
และในตอนนี้นะคะในที่สุดเราก็ได้แชมป์แล้วนะคะกับแชมป์ PUBG Mobile Global Championship 2025 ค่ะและช่วงเวลาประวัติศาสตร์นะคะของ Alpha 7 Esports ค่ะ
PUBG Mobile fans around the world, Bangkok, make some noise for your champions, Alpha 7 Esports!
ขอเสียงดังๆให้กับ Alpha 7 Esports
Wow, what an incredible final day of competition. Come over here and join me, guys. Join me over here. Let's line up in front. Carillo, I want to give you a moment, but I also want to talk to you because you're a champion now of PMGC. Congratulations. You've now carved your names into the PUBG Mobile Esports history books. What does winning this championship mean to you and mean to you as a team?
Então, Carrilho, muito parabéns pela vitória de vocês. Agora vocês cravaram o nome de vocês na história. Como é que você está se sentindo sobre tudo isso, essas emoções?
Bom, eu estou muito feliz agora. É um sonho que eu venho lutando faz 6 anos. E acho que finalmente, cara, finalmente a gente conseguiu. Agradecer primeiramente a Deus, sem Ele a gente não estaria aqui. Agradecer ao staff da 7, ao Nice, a Alan, o Mafioso, que dessa vez ficou no banco. Sou muito grato por ter eles na minha vida e isso significa demais para mim. Muito obrigado a todo mundo.
I'm super happy to be here. It's a dream come true. We've been battling for like the past 6 years on PMGC. So yeah, I want to thank God and Nisi, the staff, everyone, Mafioso, who is on the bench right now. So I want to thank everyone that supported us.
Remo, I'm coming over to you. I'm coming over here. Congratulations, man. We were stood on the stage just mere, hours, days ago, talking about getting prepared for today. How does it feel to be standing here right now as the champions of 2025?
The feeling is amazing, and I want to dedicate this championship to my mom because I lost her in PMSL finals, and this is for her. And I want to say thank you to God, thank you for our support, thank you for my team, and is that. Thank you.
Finally, right here, I've got Obscure and I've got Gizao here. Guys, first time with these guys on the PMGC stage and you're champions. That's pretty easy, right?
Primeira vez jogando com eles, né? E já foram campeões na PMGC. Como é que vocês estão se sentindo?
Feliz demais, né? Acho que a gente repetiu o que a 7 fez na outra temporada da IWC, que eles foram campeão, pegaram o top 2 da PMSL e foram campeão da IWC, agora nós somos campeão da PMGC. E só agradecer a 7, a todo mundo que apoia a gente. A gente não conseguiu trazer o campeão da PMSL pela Mãe do Rivo, mas agora tem algo muito maior que a PMGC. É nóis, Rivão.
So yeah, I'm super happy to be here and to win the PMGC. PMSL, we couldn't make it, but I still feel so happy. This is the championship that I wanted the most, and yeah, I'm super happy to be playing with this team.
Right, well now it is time for a very special feature that we've never done on the PMGC Grand Finals before, the egg smashing ceremony. So let's walk and talk, guys. Come with me.
นี่นะคะก็เป็นอีกหนึ่งช่วงเวลาสุดพิเศษนะคะนั่นก็คือช่วงเวลาของ egg smashing การทุบไข่นั่นเองค่ะ
So here's how the egg smashing ceremony works, guys. Before this tournament, you chose 3 teams that you want to smash their egg. Because you won on placement points, you get to choose 1 egg. But before we do anything, I would like to invite Chico onto the stage to come up here and present the pan that you will smash the egg with.
ขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับชิโก้ด้วยนะคะนี่ชิโก้ของเราค่ะก็จะนำกระทะนะคะมาให้กับทีมผู้ชนะนั่นเองนะคะเดี๋ยวเขาก็จะทุบไข่1 ใบนะมาดูกันว่ารางวัลที่พวกเขาได้รับเนี่ยจะเป็นอะไรค่ะ
Right, one of you take the pan from Chico. Take the pan, take the pan. There you go, yeah, you can take it, you can take it. Firstly, who wants to smash the egg? Who's gonna get to smash the egg? Who's gonna get to smash the egg? Revo? Okay. Now you have to choose 1 egg and bring it over to this side of the table.
เลือกแล้วนะคะ
Which team are you choosing?
R8.
R8 Esports. That egg's gonna be smashed. Take the pan off, Chico.
รับกระทะไปแล้วเดี๋ยวเรามาลุ้นกันนะว่าจะได้รางวัลอะไร
Okay, Revo. Before I get you to do this, inside this egg is either an Infinix GT pad, an Infinix GT phone, or an Infinix GT earphones. A nice little additional prize for you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for the egg smashing?
พร้อมกันหรือยังคะ
You've now earned the right to smash. Revo, smash that egg!
โอเคดูสิว่ารางวัลมีอะไรมี GT pad GT phone แล้วก็มีหูฟังด้วย
Find what it is. I think here you go. Now hold it up to the screen. What is it? It's been Infinix GT earbuds. Congratulations,
Wow,
guys.
ได้หูฟังไปค่ะ
That right there concludes the egg smashing ceremony. And now we're going to head back over to the desk and they're going to round out everything that we've had here today on this crazy final before we come back here for our awards ceremony.
You can smile now because you've been finally able to become the PMGC champions. Look at that, Max. In first place, 142 points, clutching up when they needed to.
They've been so close in the past, and sometimes the trophy just stolen right under their nose, but not today. Not at PMGC 2025. 142 points, no smash, but they still take it home with Ulf right behind them and APG taken out so early in that final game.
And a heartbreak for APG because this squad, was just lights out when it came out to fragging. The only squad that was able to get 100 eliminations, even close to it. The only other one was Thunder Talk, and they ended up with 83s for APG. a massive heartbreak.
Zyol trying to pull an old IHC here today, but it does not work in his current meta, though. Looking at the individual awards, Ketch, elimination, just on the brink here of the render distance, is going to be 400 meters secured, and Amori with the most eliminations secured. This guy, Seven, clearly putting his name not only on the PUBG Mobile Esports MENA map, but the PUBG Mobile Esports global map in this event.
That's right, and CEO, we gotta give him some props. Even with the average rescues, he was still able to put up a lot of eliminations and honestly a standout performance when it comes down to the 2025 PMGC, whether it was the Gauntlet, Last Chance, Groups, whatever the case might be. That man is a person to look out for. It's a player that is gonna be coming in 2026 now with the experience of PMGC, and he's gonna wanna win it all.
Yeah, we're gonna have so many more events next year, right, with the double PMGO. You know what, CEO, we'll see if he remains with that team as the best IGL. It's none other than Rosemary from Alter Ego with an insane average elimination of 1.8. This man has been a legend and also fragging up being an IGL.
And for Rosemary, I mean, not just the IGL in that he was able to do the amount of eliminations that he was able to put up, but there is one big question out there. Who is going to be that MVP? Who's going to be taking home that sweet, sweet old Porsche Cayenne? You have any ideas?
Oh, I have no idea. I was looking at Mori, but see now the day went on, I have genuinely no clue. I am stumped.
Oh,
do you know?
True. I have an idea.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's going to be somebody from Alpha 7 or maybe Alpha Gaming because of the amount of eliminations that we were able to see out of that team. But for everybody currently watching, don't forget the Infinix GT 3D series, the official gaming phone of the 2025 PMGC, engineered for precision, performance, and victory. Grab yours now and start to outplay the rest, and Alpha 7 was able to do just that. I'm just happy that after so many hard-fought years, and especially this year for Revo, you could see it whenever Barney was interviewing him. He made a promise, and he told me that promise, especially after PMSL fall split. He said, I'm gonna try to win it all for my mom. And boy, I'm pretty sure he's looking down upon you, Revo, and she's smiling because you are a champion.
I was choked up a little bit when he was talking there, Revo, but so happy for him and the team. And the fact you have two new players in Guizao and Obscure joining the squad just with raw fire in themselves to try and make it happen during PMGC, and backed up with the experience, the knowledge of Mafioso with Revo, with Carrillo, and that perfect cocktail here works out beautifully on the Global Championship stage. And first, not only win in PMGC for the side of Alpha 7, before Brazil here winning it this time around. It is so great to see. They won a PMWC. They won a PMGC. We have 2 PMGOs next year. Can they make the Grand Slam happen?
Now, the PMWC happened in 2024. In 2025, PMGC.
Hey.
Could it be that in 2026, when we have 2 PMGOs, one in Southeast Asia, one in Pakistan, could they make it the 3? Oh, I mean, I think it's going to be looking very likely, especially with this one, especially now with Guizao and Obscure putting up such good performances and not crumbling under the pressure, because that was the big question mark. Remember, 2 matches back, we were wondering what was going to be happening with that squad, and boy, were they able to actually shine. Now, Max, before we send it to the awards, before we send it to everything amazing that's going to be happening on the stage, do you have any final words?
I'm just so happy about this year's PMGC. Clearly the most competitive one. There were so many teams in the last few matches able to almost steal the trophy away, but Alpha 7 were able to lock it down. And one thing, just a little bit of a meme finish here for me. It's so fun to see D plus Kia get the final win. That means 6 days in a row, including the PMGC finals of last year and of this year. They win the last game. Can they do it in 2026?
Not even just 6 days. 2 years.
Yes!
If we want to go that wild, it is going to be 2 years where D plus Kia ends up being the winners of the last match at the Grand Finals, which is just absolutely insane. And mine is, I cannot wait to see what PUBG Mobile Esports is going to be bringing to us in 2026. We had some amazing tournaments from the start of the year, from PMGO in Uzbekistan, moving all the way to PMWC in Riyadh, and finishing off right here in Bangkok, Thailand for the PMGC Grand Finals. A well-deserved championship for Alpha 7, a team that has been fighting very, very hard. And honestly, I am proud to be able to call them my friends. And boy, are we gonna be celebrating tonight Alpha 7, because this is something that you guys have been working for so long. You heard it from Carrillo too. He's saying now this is his 6th year trying to achieve this. You can see how much that means to him, for him to actually just show that emotion and become the champion.
Yeah, as I said earlier, they were close so many times in the past, right? And if there's any, for me, there's no team out there in PUBG Mobile Esports more deserving than Alpha 7 to win a trophy. We knew it would happen one day. We just didn't know which day that would be, and that does end up being today.
Today is exactly right. But now this opens the door to a lot more teams, because one thing that we've been able to see throughout this whole PMGC is standout performances from a lot of players. One that we have in mind has to be Amori.
Yes. I mean, come on, Amori from the side of RA Esports. What a standout performance, not only during the finals, but also the entirety of the Gauntlet stage that they did end up winning and got their egg smashed by Revo. That was a little bit of a vendetta right there after the league stage and the Gauntlet. Very surprising that was the one they picked, but you know what? I do respect it. But yeah, Amori, I think maybe could be the MVP here. There's definitely a big opportunity of that happening, but Rosemary also had some good moments. Krypton. It could be an Alpha 7 player. If it is an Alpha 7 player, could it be Revo, that also is a contender, possibly?
Could it be Top?
Also, because he plays Mini 14, he's got high damage. That's an option. Put your pick in the comments. I want to see. Put your prediction in. You have a little bit of time.
For me, if I honestly have to narrow it down, I think it has to be Top. My prediction coming into this year's PMGC, it was going to be Alpha Gaming and Top being the MVP. They're not going to be able to get that championship, but I'm hoping that Top will be able to take back that Porsche Cayenne towards his family. And for everybody, is there one team that you're going to be looking out very closely for 2026?
Inner Circle. Let's go. Pakistan, PMGO, they're going to do well.
That's right. Inner Circle. A bunch of other squads are going to be bringing up the heat. And ladies and gentlemen, shout out to all the production, because we are about to go towards the stage with Barney.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 PUBG Mobile Global Championship Awards ceremony. Now, before we get to our team awards, we have a very special honor that we would like to acknowledge. It is, of course, our Finals MVP award, going to the greatest player who has played over the course of the past 3 days here at the PMGC Grand Finals. So we would like to invite the player up onto the stage first. This player is from Alpha Gaming. And this player, everybody give it up, it's Top!
ตอนนี้นะคะเราจะมามอบรางวัล MVP ค่ะผู้เล่นที่ทำดาเมจได้สูงสุดตลอดการแข่งขันนี้นะคะท็อปจาก Alpha Gaming นั่นเองค่ะ
And now we would like to invite some presenters onto the stage to give out the award. First up, we would like to invite the General Manager of Lightspeed Studios, Quantum Studio and Anyplay Studios, Tencent Games, Mr. Silite Yang, to present the trophy and an Infinix phone. Congratulations. And now, we would like to invite the head of PUBG IP franchise and PUBG Studios from Crafton, Mr. Taesok Jang, to present Top with a key to Porsche Cayenne. Congratulations, Top. Thank you so much to Silite Yang and to Taesok Jang for joining us here on the main stage. We really appreciate it. Let's take one more quick photo. Once again, thank you so much to our presenters for joining us on stage. You may now exit. Top, I'm going to keep you here. I'm going to keep you here. Wow, look at all those gifts. Wow. Let's have a quick chat. We'd like to invite our translator on stage as well to have a quick chat with you. Top, throughout the grand finals, you have delivered performance after performance and have been so integral to putting up so many points for yourself and your team. How does it feel to be recognized as the finals MVP of the 2025 PMGC Grand Finals?
За топ гранд финалийн хувьд чиний хувьд удаа дараалан тоглолтын ардаас маш гайхалтай үзүүлэлт үзүүлж чадлаа. Чиний хувьд 2025 оны PMGC-ийн гранд финалийн MVP-гээр нэрлэгдэхэд сэтгэл ямар байна вэ?
За мэдээж сэтгэл өндөр байна. Тэгээд хамгийн дөрөнд багийнхандаа баярлалаа гэж хэлмээр байна.
Obviously, I feel great, but first of all, I would like to thank to my teammates.
Well, finally, do you have a message to any of the fans or aspiring players that have watched you and been inspired by your performance here at the 2025 PMGC Grand Finals?
За эцэст нь гэхэд өөрийнхөө үзэгчд болон ингээд чамайг хардаг үзэгчдэд тоглогч нартай хандаж хэлэх үг байгаа юу?
За бидний 2025 оны дэлхийн аварга одоо ингээд дуусч байна. Тэгээд дараа жил манай баг хүчтэй иргэн хийнэ. Тэгээд биднийгээ дэмцээр байгаараа баярлалаа гэж хэлдэг.
Our 2025 PMGC road has come to the end. We will come back much more stronger from the next year. Please keep supporting us.
Top, I can tell by the facial expression it's a slightly bittersweet victory, but you are very deserved of this position right here, and of course all of these prizes you've won. Congratulations for being the finals MVP. You may now exit the stage before we start our team awards. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to present our awards for our top 3 teams of the 2025 PMGC Grand Finals. And so we would like to invite our 3rd place team onto the stage first. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, in 3rd place, it is Alpha Gaming!
และตอนนี้นะคะอันดับที่ 3